G'day folks, and welcome to Gormo's Shed. Well, this week we're going to talk about quick clamps, these fairly simple tools that are almost indispensable in your workshop. They come in various sizes. I mean, this is a smaller one, but the thing with these things is all about quality, and this one here comes from that famous well-known European grocery store that does things on the cheap, and I had about, I think there was 8 of these in a set of various sizes, and this is the only one left. Now these things don't get, they're not usually abused. All they're used for is for clamping pieces of wood together usually, and these ones just aren't up to the job. As I say, this is the only survivor. Now on the other hand, I've got these ones here. These are made by Irwin, who is an American company, and they are an international company, so these things are available throughout the world, and I'm sure you'd get them in the UK as well as Australia. In Australia here, probably the easiest place to get them is Bunnings Warehouse. These are only a fairly small version of the quick clamp, and they allow you to clamp anything which is in between those two parts and simply squeeze it together. Now, I can't stress how great these things are, and the important thing of course is to buy a known brand and get good quality. They'll last you for years. Now just a while back I purchased a couple of these big suckers. Now these are medium duty. These ones are 2 foot long, but there's various lengths up to 2 foot and above 2 foot. You can get 3 foot long ones. Now these are a bit of an improvement over the small models because they give you a bit more flexibility, and I'll show you why. First of all, the locked end is easy to remove. You just simply push to one side and off it comes, and you can just quite simply put it on, push the dover back in, and there you have it. The handle is nice and big, and you can get quite a good grip on it, like so. It's got nice big pads on it so you won't damage whatever you're working on, especially timber. And the trigger here, the release, is a metal thing, and it's quite positive and it works quite well. Now that's probably no big deal to most of you guys, but there are accessories that go with these bigger clamps. Right, now there's a few accessories, but one of them is this sleeve. You can see that it's a sleeve, and it's meant to slide over the bar. So what you can do with that is you can take this end off, just like that, and I'll just put that down. Slide the sleeve over, and there's a pin that removes. Just push the pin back in, and you've got your sleeve on there. Okay folks, I've grabbed the other clamp, and it's exactly the same as this one I'm showing you, and I've just joined the other bar in. I've taken the butt end off, and I've got 2 there. Now I don't know whether I can get far enough away to show you, but in effect I've now got a clamp that's 4 foot long. So if you've got any large things to sort of hold together, you've got a 4 foot clamp. Now if you think about it, because of the range of other size clamps in these mediums and heavy duties, you know, you don't have to have 2 foot long. There's various smaller sizes that you can match up with this clamp, so it gives you a wide range of things you can do. Now I think this is a great idea from Irwin, because it turns these clamps into something like a pipe clamp, and a pipe clamp is usually meant for those bigger jobs like that, or wider jobs where you need length, and you can usually fit a pipe clamp onto just about any length of pipe. However, this is starting to give you a lot of flexibility. Now another one of the accessories is this little dover here. Now you can see that it's got the hole in it to slide over the bar again, and it's got a twist grip on here. Now what this does, this little piece here, is it turns your quick clamp into a 3-way clamp. So what you do is I've already taken the end off, and you just slide that on over the bar. There we go. Slide that on over the bar, and then we'll put the end back on, like so, and just lock that on. So we've got that on there. And what I'll do is I'll slide the clamp up so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. So we're faced with this situation here. We've got a clamp that looks like this. This is turning this clamp into a three-way clamp. Now, probably the best way to give you an idea of what this is able to do is I'll show you on my bench press here, because I've got a table set up which would show what you can do fairly well. Right, so we've set up the clamp here on the bit of board. Now I've just got a thin bit of timber here. I think this is about 19mm, and so say I wanted to fit that or screw that or glue that or whatever onto the side of this thing here. So you can position it accurately, and then you just screw in this little clamp here like that, tighten it up, that's it. Now what you could do is, if say you wanted to glue a veneer, a very thin veneer to this, you would obviously move the clamp in further, because there's not a big range of movement in this side clamp here, but there's plenty. There's enough to do pretty much what you want to do. And another very handy little accessory for this thing. Okay folks, well I think these things will come into their own if you're building baseboards and that sort of thing. But I've used them for any number of different situations. They're really good if you if you're joining two pieces of timber together and you want to do it accurately, and maybe you're gluing them together and screwing them together, because if you can hold them together firmly with these sorts of clamps and make fine adjustments, etc., then you can drill your holes and everything's going to work perfectly for you. So they're an extremely handy tool. I think that they've become one of the essentials. I mean, G-clamps have been around for years, but they tend to mark timber unless you put a sacrificial piece of timber in between the clamp and the timber that you're working on, whereas these things don't damage the timber. And as I say, you can get incredible force with them now. These ones I've got 300 pounds pressure, but there are 600 pound pressure ones, which are the bigger ones again. But the bigger ones will still take these adapters. So there's a whole range of them that are available to you, going from very small to quite large. Now Irwin's got a website, and they're an international company, so they're bound to have outlets in whatever country you live in, so you can look them up online, Irwin Tools, and just find out where you can get hold of some of these things. Okay, I'll leave you with it. Cheers, Gormo.